to shift the way we think about fruit, South Africa. Now, there are many ways to enjoy it other than in fruit salads, desserts, and as a healthy snack. And there's a wonderful array of exotic fruits that simply must be explored. I'm Balisa Tembe, and let's open up our Afternoon Express Tuesday masterclass menu on exotic fruits. Now, we'll be meeting passionate plant woman Gundula Deutschlander. On this week's Meet the Farmer takes us all the way to Babylonstoren. And then we'll be making a tangy chaat consisting of dragon fruit, persimmon and pomegranate. I'll be having fun and games with my older brother, and then we sweeten the deal with a dragon fruit sorbet. Now, on this week's edition of Meet the Farmer, we visited Babylonstoren, where we met the master gardener, Gundula Deutschlander, as she chats to us about their fresh fruiting offerings, And of course, we're also going to be finding out more about their seasonal harvest boxes. Check this out.
Here at the breathtaking Babylonstoren farm, and might I say, it is a sight for sore eyes. The views are absolutely amazing, and those smells coming from the garden are exactly the reason why I'm here today. I'll be meeting with the Babylonstoren master gardener, Gundula Deutschlander, as she takes us through what exactly goes into their seasonal harvest box. I see you're already hard at work so early in the morning, and you've got something in your hands I'm not too familiar with. Are you picking for your harvest box?
Hi, Timmy. Yes, we have a seasonal harvest box that really changes with the seasons, and we're delighted with autumn weather. We've got cooler evenings, which means that all these Asian vegetables, Chinese cabbage, pak choy, tatsui, we can harvest these now.
I think I also want to get my hands dirty. Can I get one of them out of the ground as well?
Yes. This one feels good. Just give it a nice twist. Hold it tight.
All right.
And twist.
Twist.
Yes.
Oh. This is such a beautiful cabbage. How would you actually eat this?
So it's really that central bit that hasn't seen so much sunlight. That's sweeter.
Oh, okay.
And that's crunchy and delicious.
It is. It actually feels so heavy.
It is.
All right, then what else goes into this harvest box that we're about to make?
So with the autumn weather and the cooler nights, we've got tatsui and pak choy. They all grow really well now. The end of summer allows us to have brinjal, so I'd like to take you there.
All right, let's go then.
Okay.
Oh my word, Gundula, just look at that beautiful brinjal. I guess because I've never really seen it on the plant and seen it flowering, I'm so used to just seeing it in the, in the shops, and it's already been stemmed.
It's like a real jewel hanging there. And you notice how beautiful these flowers are.
And they're also very purple, this similar color to the brinjal itself.
Yeah. Few people realize that you need the flower to produce the fruit, and to see this whole cycle here.
And how many other veggies do you actually get to grow in this time of the year?
We're harvesting things we've been planting a few months earlier.
Okay.
So with the change of season, we're planting things now that we'll be able to harvest then coming winter.
Everything looks so plush and green. How do you get them to grow so beautifully?
The secret's really in the soil. So we've really taken so much care of the microorganisms in the soil, composting, fertilizing, but all organic, and really building up this diversity of good soil health that produces a decent, healthy plant.
And is it true that this place used to be a rubbish dump before?
Farmer didn't want to touch this piece of land, so we as gardeners, we like our challenges. We've got magic wands, and it's really been about taking care of this foundation of the soil. So these are the prickly pears.
Okay.
They look quite dangerous, but you can see all these spikes. So they're definitely in season now, and we de-thorn them. We've got special tricks of using ice cold water.
Oh, wow.
And then the thorns are released, so they're nice and safe when they get to your doorstep. But we've actually been juicing them, and they make the most delicious juice. I like how the seeds bring a kind of a nutty flavor to the juice. It really tastes fresh, prickly pear.
And that's the pear specifically. Would I also be able to eat the leaves, perhaps?
Yeah, we see these don't have any thorns, so they're much easier to eat and to handle. So when they're about hand size, we'd actually just rub them a bit, chop them up, stir fry them. Very nice, kind of with tacos and Mexican food.
Okay.
That's ideal.
I know this this is a fruit tree, but this looks so much like a tomato to me.
It is a fruit. It's a persimmon, very, very sweet, and got this lovely smooth texture.
I've tried eating persimmon, but for me it was too overripe, and I actually decided it's not for me.
Okay, well, here we're picking them when they're quite crisp, and you can actually slice them like an apple. You could have it even with your salad because it's so versatile. But I love them when they're actually mature and they become gooey, and the Afrikaans word for them is snotappel. So it's like I can eat more because I love this goo and nobody else wants to eat it. But that's the old-fashioned way of how they would mature, and they really almost glow this beautiful orange, and it's about the texture. So this is our harvest box. You can see the Chinese cabbage picked this morning and the Asian greens, the brinjal, got our beautiful pomegranates and your persimmons, prickly pears, a few other vegetables here, and it's really super fresh.
And I could order one of these boxes off of your website?
Correct, yes. During lockdown, people couldn't come to our farm, and so Babylonstoren can now be brought right to your doorstep. It really links into that farm to fork concept, so it's super fresh, it's really abundant of the season, and people can feel really healthy about it.
There may be some sweet treats in this box, but I know they make something even sweeter on the farm.
Here at Babylonstoren, we've got over 40 hives. Bees not only make this delicious honey for us, but also responsible for a lot of the pollination of our fruits, veggies, and seeds. Bees actually have got a very fantastic sense of smell. So they can go towards these flowers. They also see them through the colors. So especially blue flowers or purple flowers, also yellow and white. Once they visit those flowers, they collect the pollen nectar. They will go back to the hives. They call it a waggle dance. So that basically gives communication with the rest of the other foraging bees to tell exactly where's that spot to collect those pollen and nectar, what direction, how far with respect to the hive, and then you'll see them flying back and forth towards that spot and to the hive. So at home you can also help bees by plant bee-friendly plants, things like lavender, sage, those are fantastic bee food, also basil, which is fantastic for bees. We also make a combination of wildflower honey. I also call it urban honey or multiflora. So that consists nectar of various flowers and combined into a delicious honey which got a unique taste. I mean, you can taste the difference between eucalyptus honey and citrus honey, and obviously also multiflora honey.
Hello, Chef. So many beautiful and vibrant colors. I've learned how all of this is grown, and now I get to eat it. Chef, over to you.
Yeah, so we focused mainly on our box, our seasonal harvest box, and we've used some of the vegetables that's in season now and in the box, and we're going to highlight them as a main component of a dish. We're going to show that no proteins need to be added, and we've added some of our farm ingredients like honey and our fresh fruit, pomegranates, lemons, fresh herbs, things like that. So first things first, we're going to dress it with a little bit of olive oil, season it with some Maldon salt, and then just for some acidity and freshness, grate over some fresh lemon. So after the yogurt, we're going to follow up with our persimmon dressing that's been made with our macadamia nuts from the farm and persimmons that are perfectly in season now and ripe. So that's going to bring a little bit of texture and a little bit of acidity to the dish. For a little bit of sweetness, there's a touch of honey added.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to trying that persimmon with the fresh honey from the farm. I love how you can do so many great things with cauliflower. You've tried it. I know I enjoy it as a puree.
So the great part of a dish like this is it is centered around really good seasonal vegetables, and if they are as good as this, it's really not necessary to add any proteins. You can just simply cook it and let the vegetable speak for itself. We're going to finish the dish with some fresh Chinese cabbage just to add some texture, and some really good olive oil from our farm, and that, in my opinion, is the perfect autumn lunch. Just to summarize the dish, it is charred cauliflower with some grilled leeks, jalapeno yogurt, and we made a light dressing with some macadamia nuts and persimmon with some of our farm local honey in, and we've just dressed it with some flowers and leaves that's in season at the moment.
Well, thank you for sharing this beautiful dish with me, Chef. There's one thing left for me to do, and that's for me to dig in. Chef, that was absolutely delicious.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it. It was my absolute pleasure.
Well, that's definitely sparked a couple of ideas that I'm taking back to the studio with me. But how's about one more bite?
Very nice, Dumi. I see what you did there, girl. Well, hopefully you definitely learned a lot more because we're going to be finding out and putting your skills to the test very shortly. But on social media, we've got winter fruits on the menu today. But what's your favorite thing about winter? Don't forget to use that hashtag Afternoon Express in all of your comments. Now, it's a shame that exotic fruits don't get the shine that they deserve, as they certainly serve and feast for the eyes. So when we return, we're going to be making delicious tarts with dragon fruit, persimmons, and pomegranate.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Clover, for the love of cheese.
Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, it is a Tuesday, so that does mean Masterclass is in session. And joining us is our guest chef of today, welcoming us back to the loft, Jade Duval.
Pomegranates are in season, and we're so cooking up a storm today. This is how you roll.
I mean, talk about a woman from Food Jam. She always keeps it jamming in the kitchen. Dumi, welcome back, honey. Lovely to have you.
Palace, I'm already there. Like the moment Jade walked in, I knew that we're getting into the vibe today. We're dancing while we're cooking.
Absolutely, and it is all about the vibes. Well, class definitely is in session today as we show you so many fun ways to use those beautiful exotic fruits that really just don't get the attention that they should. So, Jade, what do you have in store for us?
I am so excited that we can chat this together. Shall we get started?
Awesome.
It's all about exotic fruits bringing out their flavor, their natural sweetness, and also because they're in season, we want to make them shine when it comes to this beautiful dish. Now, chaat is something fabulous that you'll see a lot on as a street food. So it's usually, I mean, traditionally you would see it with potato and a little bit of, you know, crispy onions and spices. But I know we're going to bring the magic. We're going to lift it up a little level. And we're going to make it with our winter fruits.
I'm very
So let's
excited
get
about
started
that.
with making a dressing. So dressing is punching flavor, but in a subtle way. And it's also our hero ingredient when it comes to olive oil. Olive oil is a great carrier for that extra special flavor with ginger, which also brings the warmth. And tell me, if you don't mind bringing us that sprinkle of nuts, a crispy element that is so significant when it comes to making chaat. Now, chaat is a snack. So if you plan on making it now, get started and cook with us. But if you want to save it for like a special dinner party as a palate cleanser, or maybe even, start of a menu when you have a beautiful thali, a spread of Indian dishes together.
Love that. And this is exactly that. It's just something that is quite Eastern when it comes to its flavors and what we'd love to put together, Indian street food. But I've never tried it myself, so I'm very interested in how you're going to do this, especially with our exotic fruits.
So more points to the team if you dance while you're cooking as well. That brings some extra special groove to it. So while you're peeling the ginger, beautifully with a teaspoon, I see your styles. You've done
Girl,
this
this
before.
is the quickest way for me. Yeah, this is the quickest way for me.
Grate it up for us and put it in a jar with about 60 mils of olive oil and then shake it up. Maybe some seasoning, some salt and pepper, maybe a bit of acidity as well. It could be lemon juice. It could be pomegranate juice if you wanted to go that route, or it could be any types of vinegar. So you're building the layers. Fresh ginger, about a teaspoon, a cup of olive oil, olive fried and specific, and then also, of course, that extra special acidity.
Love that.
While you're going ahead, I'm going to make up our crispy element, which is our chickpeas, and it's a fab way of being able to make a snack. So you know how famous those baked chickpeas are, right? As a snack, sometimes they're coated with chocolate as well, but they're even better when they're baked in the oven and they're part of a chaat. So I'm going to dry the chickpeas as much as possible. Tim, if you don't mind passing me a lovely baking paper, just so we can get all the juices out. Okay, they're drained, they're good to go.
One thing I love about this recipe is just the simplicity of it. Every time you come into the kitchen, there's always something that you bring, and the one thread that it is simplicity. A lot of people like to overcomplicate recipes, and I always keep telling people, keep it simple, keep it easy. It's about flavors and not about, winning awards. Yes, we would like to win awards, but let's just keep it fun,
Make
like
friends,
we do in the kitchen.
right? Make friends and keep our family happy. So I like to season my baking tray in the beginning. That's where I know I'm going to get some flavor from the bottom and from the top. And I've got salt, olive oil, and a little bit of chaat masala. It can be garam masala, it can be whatever your magic spice is in there. Go for it. Chickpeas go in.
So I just want to show, I'm using my persimmons now, and as you guys already know, I was saying that the first time I got introduced to persimmon, or might I say Sharon fruit, because my mom calls it that, and that's the other name for it.
Yeah.
It was very overripe and very soft, and you literally couldn't use it like this, but now you can eat it.
It's not right. So what does it taste like to you?
The first time it tasted like honey and mush and stuff that I really can't explain. But luckily this tastes amazing, and that's why it works perfectly in our salad.
Into the oven we go. We're going to bake for 30 minutes. It's going to be fab, fab, fab. And as it happens here at Afternoon Express, we have magic baked crispy chickpeas.
Looking so good.
Fabulous.
So I'm almost done with my dressing, as I promised you to shake it up. And it's just that easy. It's a homemade dressing. You know everything that's in here. You know that it's packed with that goodness. So you also know that it's pretty much good to go into this beautiful savory dish.
And also very seasonal, Balisa, because we're also using lemons in there, and it is that time of the year when we need to bulk up on that vitamin C, so it works perfectly.
Are you ready to pass me some dragon fruit so we can
please,
get cutting? Thank you so much. Persimmon's happening. We've got pomegranates going in. I'll show you a little trick on how to pop those pomegranate seeds out in a little bit. Let's talk about pomegranates quickly, because I feel like this fruit has got so much to say. So pomegranates, they're beautiful. The rubies are inside, and of course, they've got so many antioxidants. Now, I'm not only talking antioxidants, I'm also saying that we have to bring pomegranates into any party. Put it in your drink. Have it as juice. How do you juice a pomegranate? And I would love for you guys to share with us, what's the real deal? Like, how do you guys have your pomegranate?
And how do you best enjoy it? Yeah. So I'd love to find that out as well. And I can see you cutting into that dragon fruit. Now, for me, dragon fruit is one of those exotic fruits that just don't receive the shine that they deserve. Not only is it rich in antioxidants, it is a flavor carrier, I can almost say. I love that about it. And also with dragon fruit here, they say that it helps also reduce and lower your blood pressure. So I think that that's also very important for so many South Africans that might need something different, some new flavors, some new taste, but also they're still packed with that nutrients.
You can get so much from fruit. You can get all your medicines from food.
Honestly.
And can you see how I scooped it out? Like, I use that for an avo, I use it for a dragon fruit when it's cut. And I also know that you've got some serious plating magic. So if you don't mind coming and joining us in a little bit to come and plate, that would be fabulous. The salad is all about layering it up. So chef, you're going to work your magic.
Love that.
You're cutting all the elements together. This one is so nice and ripe and juicy because you can see that it's in season.
It really is in season. in. I'm going to help you also just put this all up in there,
Look at
Dumi.
that. So
Is it
also-
okay if I just throw it in?
Yes, exactly. Look at those colors. I mean, you couldn't have a party on a plate that's better than that.
Delicious.
Are you ready to party?
I am. Now, we have shown you that fruits don't always have to be used in a dessert. This is some salad that everyone has to try. Now, to give it a try, please head over to our website, afternoonexpress.co.za, for the recipe and full ingredients list.
Yay, chefs! Woo! Rock and roll. Ginger is in, and we're good to go.
Express yourself.
Staying connected with loved ones has certainly changed in the past year, often not being able to see one another as often as we'd like. We had to heed the government's call and practice social distancing. And as we move towards a more digital world, so does the way we connect with friends and family from home. So in the spirit of connecting from home and all things fruit, we have to play a fun game of charades with my older brother all the way at home and myself here in studio. Let's give him a call and see if he's ready for this game. Let's get this game on the way. Siyabonga, hi.
How's it?
Are you ready to play this game? I know we're pretty competitive, have been since birth.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Be ready to lose. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so we will have to hold the cards in front of our heads, Sia, and you will then guess what fruit is in front of me, ne? Whilst the other player tries to explain. It's super simple. That's the game of charades. We know it all too well.
Okay, 100%. Got it.
Okay, so we have flicked the coin, and I have decided, since you were in this world first, you go first, and I'm going to try guess what fruit you're going to hold up against your head. We've custom created something for you, and you vice versa, ne? So let's see how many I can get right.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1. Okay, I love it for breakfast. You can have it with yogurt sometimes. It's in like an orangey color, I guess. Yes. Tilt down. Okay, let's see what the second one is. Oh, okay. This is like a mini orange. Orange Junior.
Naughty.
Yes. That's 2 for 2. Okay, I love this one. I used to love its juice as a kid, but it comes very, very small, prickly, brown. You have to peel it open to get a white center on the inside, but it also has a huge pip.
White center.
Very small fruit,
Oh,
Siyabonga.
lychee.
Yo,
Lychee.
yes, thank you.
Lychee.
Yes. Okay, I love this one. It's super refreshing, got tons of pips on it. It's huge, huge, huge. Green on the outside, red on the inside.
Watermelon.
Yes! I don't know if I get that last one correct because just as you said watermelon, it timed out. So I'm going to take it to the adjudicators upstairs. But I mean, Siyabonga, how cool is it that we can play these types of games no matter where we are? I know we used to love our Sibling Sundays.
Yeah, no, I just think being able to connect to technology is great. And yeah, without it, I mean, we wouldn't really chat, now would we?
Exactly. I mean, if you didn't know South Africa, my brother moved all the way to Joburg, left me, and I'm here in Cape Town. So being able to still bond and play such games in the middle of studio, in the middle of the show, is just absolutely iconic. But it is my turn. I got 3. The adjudicators have come back to me. I got 3. They are not counting the last watermelon. I'm upset. I'm about to fight somebody, but you know what? Let's see how good you can do, ne? You ready?
Got it.
Cool, let's play.
What on earth is that a fruit? Next.
Siyabonga, you're not doing too well.
Okay, wait.
Oh.
No, yeah, okay. Oh, so, you know, not like the apple's misshaped cousin.
Pear.
Okay, and then when something like sticks you,
Prickly pear.
what do you call
Prickly
something?
pear.
Yes. So, you know, Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Khaleesi, what did she have? What were her animals?
Dragon fruit.
Okay. Yes.
Yo, this is stressful.
Oh, can't really see this. Oh, so at Grandma's house,
Yes.
it was like orange on the inside with lots of pips.
Oh,
I hate it. Nasty.
Time is up. See, unfortunately, that last one just eluded us. So I believe that you only got 2 right. The first one you didn't even want to try. You passed that immediately. But we did get prickly pear. We did get dragon fruit. I feel like you have an argument.
What was the thing? A persimmon.
Oh, persimmon! Siyabonga,
That's not a
you
fruit.
and I have been twins from the jump. I also had no clue what a persimmon is, so I'm so glad that you ended up passing it because it would have wasted time anyway. But I think we've got some Googling to do.
No, 100%. And I want to investigate that fruit. It's really a fruit.
Definitely has to be a fruit, Sia. I mean, it was just awesome. It's awesome to be able to connect with technology and always stay connected to our friends and family and do things such as these, like playing games. So Siyabonga, all the way in Johannesburg, kwang, you are a loser. I did walk away with the W as a winner with 3 points to myself. So goodbye, Siane. I appreciate you.
Okay, cheers, sis.
Vodacom Home is shaping the future and the way we connect with friends and family, opening a world of opportunities. Visit Vodacom Home for amazing home internet deals, including super fast fiber, plug-and-play LTE or 5G. We celebrate what the human spirit can achieve when combined with technology to connect everyone for a better future. Now, with a taste that's a cross between kiwi and fruit, dragon fruit is an ultra-refreshing drink and fruit. Now, coming up, we take advantage of this by making an enlivening dragon fruit sorbet.
Express yourself.
bring the family. 100%. Your cousin's coming over. Get the crush and I'll get the ice. The whole family.
More Crush Mom? 100% refreshing, 100% goodness.
Made with love by Clover.
Chef Dumi and I are back in the kitchen with our special guest, Jade Waal. Now, we love ending our cook-alongs on somewhat of a sweet note, and today we've chosen something very invigorating. Jade has a very refreshing dessert. What do you have in store for us?
A dragon fruit sorbet. And we have a few tips and tricks to help you make that sorbet in no time.
Yum.
If you do think ahead and you want to have it for breakfast the next day or for a refreshing sorbet at the end of a dinner, please cut your fruit up the day before and pop it in the freezer. And that's what our chefs are cracking onto right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be absolutely incredible. If you cube it up, melon has got an incredible texture, so it really makes that gelato kind of taste that we're after, because we're doing a fabulous fresh sorbet. And then the dragon fruit is the hero, and it's got amazing color. So if you cut it up and you freeze it before the time, it is incredible. Now, of course, pomegranate is so fabulous. If you can work it into any dish, let's do it.
Okay.
So Tumi, will you please cut the pomegranate for us in that special trick that I showed you a little bit?
You've got so many tricks up your sleeve, like I don't even know which trick we're talking about now.
So juicing the pomegranate, we want to get all the fabulous juices out. Now, there have been so many incredible tips and tricks on YouTube. I'm sure you guys can share a little bit of your magic as well, you know, on the social media feeds. But to juice a pomegranate, we want to cut it up in different pieces. Now, look how amazingly easily that cuts up. Now, if you're scared of getting the juices all over your kitchen, do it. Cut it up in water. I know it sounds crazy, but it will catch any of the extra juices, and you can use it a little bit later.
Because you do want the seeds after, or the pearls, not necessarily the...
Exactly. I have memories of being in a kitchen as a commie chef, and my only job was juicing the stacks of pomegranates that were put aside. Besides chopping the onion, I was very happy that I could move on from that job. So here we're juicing up, we're getting the rubies from the pomegranate, and then I'm going to pop it into the juicer. Now, if I wanted to actually juice it straight ahead from the pomegranate, I would just use a lemon squeezer. Boom, easy as that, right? And so that you'll get some juice out of there too.
Yes, that's another trick we're showing here, that yes, we're showing you that you can freeze the fruits ahead of time, meaning that if you want an instant sorbet, you freeze your fruits first and then you blend everything together. However, if you want a quicker option, you blend all the fruits together first, then pop it into the freezer. The only difference then is that you're going to have to manually churn it by using a spoon.
No problem. We got time. Just have some fun in between.
True.
And then make sure that you whisk it up every 30 minutes, or you can pop it in gelato maker as well, and it will be ready in no time. So pomegranate is ready for me. And like I said again, if you want to use water, the membranes will actually flow up to the very top. So it's easy. Yay. So Chef, how are you doing with the dragon fruit?
Very, very well. Very
Incredible.
easy. I
Ready
mean,
and
the
skin?
trick you taught me about peeling, it just makes all the difference here. Look at that. It came out with such ease, and making sure that we have not lost out on any of that dragon fruit left behind. And then just chopping it up here, super simple, to freeze overnight.
Really like a party. You know, it really makes me feel like we're ready for winter. Come on, bring it on. So let's get straight on to the sorbet.
Yes.
I've got a cup of melon that's already been frozen, which is fab. That means we're going to have it right now. We're going to share together at the table. A cup of melon goes in. Now, also, remember that different blenders have different personalities, right? So this blender in particular needs a little bit of extra juice, and we're going to give it exactly that by adding lots of pomegranate and our special ingredient, which is a crushed berry juice.
Love
Now, the cool thing about the crushed berry juice is it makes an incredible ice cube. So if you wanted to use it as an extra tip, you can just pop it into the ice cube machine, or into the ice cube tray, and freeze it before the time. So I'm going to give it over to you, Chef, and if you don't mind freezing it.
I love that, Jade and Dumi. I mean, the fact that here we're just using our juice, something that we normally use as a refreshing juice at the end of every meal, we're using it to make ice out of, because I essentially will end up diluting, I suppose, my smoothie or sorbet if I use water. So here we go.
That's the trick. It's going to be beautiful.
And that's a beautiful trick as well, Palasa, if you're doing stuff like iced tea and you want to add more flavor. So instead of incorporating the actual fruit in there, you can freeze the juice, and then once you've frozen the juice into those ice cubes, make your tea, add those ice cubes into your iced tea, and then it becomes more flavorful just from the ice cubes itself.
FYI, we're all coming over. As soon as you make that dish, please let us know on social media, and we all will come over for a lovely dinner. Breakfast. So ice cubes go in, and I love that you can go as many as suits in. We're going to fit in 4, and then I do want to add a little bit of extra juice just to make sure that it whizzes up.
Okay, perfect. So Jade, I just want to make sure that we don't go past the maximum mark, just so that it
can blend up.
Blend up, and then I'll add some more juice.
Now, seeing that we're all in the business of health and wealth and knowledge of self, let's go for a little bit of baobab powder. Now, Boba powder is Africa's superfood. So why not? We're talking all about health. We're going to go a tiny bit of in there. I would say like half a teaspoon because it does have quite a pronounced flavor as well. And it's got a gorgeous color. And are we ready to rock and roll?
Let us do it. Whilst you put the lid on that and you whiz it up, I mean, are your tummies not growling yet? Well, mine definitely is. And luckily, we get to dig into this tasty menu very soon.
Yay! Would you give it a little bit of a blessing before we go into the machine? Fantastic. Any of your farewell wishes before we blend it up? And then, of course, I'm going to rock and roll. I'm going to need your help, Master Chef. Thank you very much.
Awesome stuff. Let us whiz it away.
You go, girl. All right. And then all in the business of a fabulous dragon fruit smoothie. It's fantastic. Now, I know I've seen quite a lot of chefs, especially at the Food Jam's kitchen, shake it while it's actually whizzing up.
Oh, wow.
It's okay, but you're actually giving your machine a little bit more hard work, so rather do it off the machine. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Let me see you shake it up, shake it up, shake it up.
You know, I'm never saying no to that.
And back she is, and she's going to blend it up again.
Okay. And then you just keep doing that until the consistency is all the way down.
Absolutely. The
Give
color
another
is
shake.
beautiful.
This almost feels like a tag team pass the baton. Beautiful.
And now, in the meantime, you can have so much fun. You're going to rock it up. She is so ready to rock and roll.
Look at that. It's
absolutely. And now, how are we going to serve it? I'm going to pop it into a tin because I like putting it into a tin. It's easy to scoop. Fabulous. And then I've got a spoon for the chef right over here to make it work easy.
Awesome stuff.
And chef works her magic, and she puts it into a tin and back into the freezer. But like we said, it's ready to eat. So who's ready to dine with us? Who's ready to celebrate with us? Yay! Dragon fruit sorbet over now. Thank you, chef.
Yes, bring the family. 100%. Your cousin's coming over. Get the crush and I'll get the ice.
The whole family.
More Crush Mom, 100% refreshing, 100% goodness.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, with the temperatures soon dropping and flu season upon us, there are many ways that we can guard ourselves against falling ill with influenza. Loading our bodies with vitamin C is super important, but you should also ensure that you and your families get your annual flu shots, as these days it's pretty vital. Meteorologist Lisa Giltro is here to discuss the importance of flu vaccinations and make Dumi get hers. I'm ready, girl. Now we're talking about being responsible adults. Thank you so much for coming through, Lisa.
It's a pleasure.
Now, Lisa, so many people know the importance of getting a flu vaccine. I mean, that is the buzzword right now, and a lot of us are talking about it. But who would you say should be first in line when getting one?
In a perfect world, everyone.
Oh.
But let's focus on our priority groups, like your elderly, people with underlying medical conditions, high blood pressure, diabetes, people with weakened immune systems, like your HIV patients, pregnant ladies. Also, it passes on passive immunity to the baby, and that lasts up until 6 months. And then, of course, children, say from 6 months and obviously up until 5 years. That's what World Health Organization advocates. Definitely one of the priority groups.
So you have spoken about even pregnant women and little babies being able to get flu vaccinations.
Absolutely.
That sounds a little scary, and that brings up the very next question. Are there any side effects?
There are, as with any medication, but the side effects are very rare. Those who do find that they suffer from the side effects, it's very mild. Prevalent, possibly, site tenderness where you've had the injection, general malaise, body aches as if you kind of have the flu, but you don't get the flu from the flu vaccine. Very important to note.
Okay. Love that, love that, love that. Now, Dumi, are you feeling ready, girl?
Look, I think I'm going to come around this side.
I think that's a very good idea.
I'm in the center here of everything. But luckily, I'm not afraid of needles. But I've been stung by wasps, I've been stung by bees, and I hope it's
I'm just going with the fact that you've already had all those stings and things, so this is going to feel like absolutely nothing.
That's what they all say before they sting you.
We're surrounding you with our love. We're surrounding you with that support.
Seeing as you're too chicken to have this injection, could you please hold her shirt for me? Because I need to get into the top arm here. This is a bit of a mammoth task here. Okay, you need to relax this beautiful big muscle of yours to me. And it's not going to be too sore. You can continue cooking after, so there's no stress there. Relax.
How are you feeling?
Is it it?
It's already done, sweetheart. There we go.
Lisa to the rescue. I love that. And now, how are you feeling? Can you still use that arm?
I feel like I might be the Incredible Hulk in one arm. And
No, it feels
You've got
quite
a
good.
little drop.
Okay, fine. I was a little chicken before, but who knows? Maybe after the show, I could be getting my very own vaccination.
There's no sure, it's indefinite.
It's a definite. We're being responsible adults here and taking care of ourselves. I'm here for it. Now, if any South African wants to head out and get their flu vaccination, how does that process look like?
Okay, so currently we have the flu vaccine available, very competitively priced at 109 Rand and 99 cents at our MediRite pharmacies, conveniently situated in selected Checkers and ShopRite stores. You can either make a booking or you can just waltz in if you're in the shopping centre. You may have to wait a couple of minutes. If you do, just pop in.
Okay, I love that because they might be busy.
Exactly.
Any last things that we need to remember when it comes to getting flu vaccinations, especially with COVID-19 right now? If I take a flu vaccination, does that mean that I'm also immune to getting COVID-19? And if it does not mean, because I can really see you shaking your head, then how long do I need to wait before I'm able to get the second vaccination?
Okay, so we are talking two totally different viruses, hence two totally different vaccines. We need to have a 2-week gap between the two vaccines. So if you're lucky enough to have your COVID vaccine soon, you need to have a 2-week gap before you have the flu vaccine, or vice versa.
I love that. Dumi, congratulations. I'm going to be joining you after the show. Very, very proud of you. Now, that wasn't bad at all. I'm sure Dumi can agree. Now, don't let influenza season creep up on you unguarded. Keep those vitamin C levels all the way up and get down to your nearest MediRite pharmacy and make sure that you get your shot.
Our pharmacies are on the front line of healthcare. This is Pharmacy of the Week.
I started this pharmacy in 1979. It's now 42 years that I'm standing behind this counter, serving the community and the community serving me.
For me, it's such an honor to serve this community here in Chaat because the people are very friendly here. I love them.
I always wanted to serve people, helping people. I don't like blood and all those stuff, but I'd like to help people, and that's why I started pharmacy as a pharmacist.
To work with people every day, yeah, that's my passion.
Pharmacy of the Week, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Welcome back to your Tuesday Masterclass. Now we're back on the road with the Olive Pride Chef's Tour, and our next stop takes us back to Limpopo, where food blogger Luyanda Mafanya prepares the ultimate spicy chicken chisanyama and tropical mango salsa.
Cook along with us on the Clover Olive Pride Chef's Tour, a proudly South African cooking journey through the towns and dishes that made foodie heroes, such as the champion of traditional African cuisine, Luyanda Mafanya, master of fine dining chef Ruben Riffel, and proud flag bearer of National Bride Day, Jan Brai. Made with Olive Pride. Prepare to be proud.
This week on the Olive Pride Chef's Tour, Luyanda welcomes us back to Limpopo, land of her Venda ancestry and tropical fruit basket of the nation. The Chisanyama culture here soaks up the spice traditions of neighboring East Africa and remakes them as South African originals.
As a food blogger, I love making delicious food that speaks to me. I'm all about making traditional South African food with my own little twist. When I had the opportunity to join Olive Pride on this chef's tour, I knew I had to come to Limpopo. I'm taking in all the experiences of my tour of Limpopo, and today I'll be making a spicy chicken chisanyama with a mango and avo salsa. First thing I'm gonna do is get my chicken ready. We're gonna get our Olive Pride blend into the bowl. This is gonna form a base for our marinade for the chicken. And then I'm gonna add my dry spices. I have chicken spice, cumin, mixed herbs, and paprika. Then I'm going to chop my chili and add my lemon zest. And then I'm going to mince my garlic and ginger all together. Lastly, I'm going to season with salt and pepper, give it a good mix, and massage my chicken with the marinade to absorb all those amazing flavors. While my chicken absorbs that amazing marinade, I'm gonna get going on my salsa. Fun fact, Limpopo is the largest producer of avo and mango in South Africa. I'm gonna chop my avo into lovely chunky pieces and add that to the bowl. Then I'm gonna add my mango also into chunky pieces and finish off with some lime juice. What's a salsa without coriander? I'm going to chop that up and add that to the bowl. I'm going to start with my pineapple. I'm going to chop it up and put it on the fire to char, and that's going to bring a smoky sweetness to my dish. It came out perfectly. I'm going to chop this up and get this into the bowl. And to tie it all together, a generous amount of Olive Pride extra virgin olive oil to bring in all those flavors. Now it's time to get this chicken onto the fire. This is looking really good. I think it's time to serve it up now. I love me a good chisanyama, smoky flavors, very authentic to South African cooking. And this with the marinade that we just made, absolute match made in heaven. And now I'm gonna add some mealies onto my fire. But first I'm gonna top it with some Olive Pride fat spread. This is gonna bring some creaminess to the mealies and also help it char beautifully on the fire. My chicken is ready and it's time to see how all these flavors come together. I hope it really tastes good. Okay, I'm gonna grab a piece of that. The marinade. That marinade, I'm grabbing that with the salsa. Marinade has some beautiful heat. It's spiced properly, the meat has absorbed it nicely, and it's got the great smokiness from the fire. The combination with my salsa, it literally cools off that heat. It brings in some freshness. Literally a match made in heaven. This is absolutely delicious. Being on the chef's tour with Olive Pride has shown me the heart and soul that goes into preparing food. Food has the power to ignite beautiful memories and bring people together from all walks of life. I love being a cook, and I'm so proud to cook in places as beautiful as Graceland Eco Retreat in Limpopo. I hope this inspires you, and I hope you try these recipes with Olive Pride. Prepare to be proud.
Cook along with us next week as Luyanda heads for Soweto and pays tribute to those who put everything on the line so she could be born free. And a spicy modern take on tripe inspires Luyanda to exercise her creative freedom.
Oh, yummy. Now, who is not in the mood for that chicken chisanyama and mango salsa? It just absolutely looked delicious. Now, if you want to cook along at home, then you can get the full recipe at www.clover.co.za under the Olive Pride recipe section.
Join Olive Pride Chef's Tour and travel the country as we cook along with Luyanda Mafanya, Ruben Riffel and Young Bride every Tuesday on Afternoon Express. Win 1 of 10 cooking appliances weekly or a grand prize of a kitchen makeover worth 150,000 Rand. To enter, buy any Olive Pride pack and dial star 120 star 2462 star with your unique code to enter. Prepare to be proud.
After our Tuesday masterclass and all of that cooking, I'm ready to just enjoy today's food. Now, Dumi and Chef Jade, please may you tell us, what did we cook up today?
Well, Palisa, we kept it simple today, and I think I'd like to give you the honors, Jade, to tell us what exactly was on our menu today.
We cooked up the storm. We started off making chaat with winter fruits, especially dragon fruits, persimmon, and absolutely Turkish fig. And then we also made an amazing sorbet using dragon fruits, winter melon, and some crushed berry juice.
Palisa, I need that juice because I need something to wash down this amazing.
You're ready to celebrate
today, Jade.
Who's ready? It's 2021.
Did you know? I think you came here knowing, because that shirt definitely matches our dragon fruit today.
You know, I like having a celebration. And by wearing it on the outside.
Dish that up for me. I'm going to start with my sorbet. I'm going to just cleanse this palate whilst I just turn the attention to you, Jade. As someone who is just the founder of Food Jams, I want to find out from you, what inspires you when you're creating your experiences, whether it's at someone's personal home or whether it's at whatever environment and space you come up with.
It's great. The most important ingredient for me, if you're creating a recipe, is the people you're cooking for. You know, the people have so many different personalities, so I'd like that to shine through. So, of course, the ultimate, I think, starting point is to know who's coming, what are their dietary requirements, what do they like, what do they not like, because you're going to serve somebody something that they absolutely love and will remember forever. And then again, we've got an amazing ingredients around South Africa. So using local ingredients is so much fun when it comes to, and fruits in season, like we are doing today.
This is delicious.
I know.
How refreshing, Tumi.
It is so refreshing. And the thing is, yes, we are going into the colder seasons, but this works so perfectly right now because, yes, we celebrate a lot of winter veggies, but it's so nice to see us celebrating winter fruits as well.
I can't wait to see you guys do it at home. Yummy.
What also I love about this dragon fruit is that it's not that sweet. You know, sometimes when you do have a sorbet, it's so difficult to strike that balance between something that is still tart, that's still a little bitter, but also sweet. It can't be overwhelming.
I would love seeing kids make this as well, because I think they would have so much fun cutting up all the fruits, you know, chopping it up and putting it into a blender and whizzing it up. But also, ready for action.
Jade, this salad, this chaat tastes amazing because that tart lemon dressing that goes into this, paired with the sweetness of the dragon fruit and the persimmon. But there's something about how it just cleanses your palate itself as a salad as well.
I know you're going to have it with a little bit of papadums for some crispiness.
just trying to take it away from me. And on that note, Jade, it's enough from you. Thank you so much for joining us. It's so lovely to always spend time with you. And to you too, Dumi, cheers to us. Now, we hope that you have found this masterclass very fruitful. We're continuing our journey in the land of exotic fruits on our Thursday cook-along. So tune in at 5:30 p.m. and catch me, Chef Dumi, and Chef Johnny Hammond from Blow Clip and Wine Estate elevate the potential of the amazing fruits even higher. Now, Dumi, cheers to us, cheers to you as we're dancing away into the evening. Thank you so much, and we say good night. Stay safe and happy eating. Here's to the last slice of summer and the first taste of autumn. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.